Hi, everybody. Linda G and Lena Tarot Down Under. Everybody's so excited to have her here today. Hi, Ron. Hi, Luna. Hi, Lucky
It's
McLucky.
just so great. And to see all these people on board, it's fantastic. And I've made an effort, Linda. I've got dressed. I did a collab last week in my bathrobe and I've got dressed, especially for all you guys.
And she was saying it's freezing cold out there. It's freezing cold out
Freezing.
there.
Yeah.
Thank you, you guys. Thank you so much. So, Lena, I've told people on the show, I don't know if I had the opportunity to tell you.
Okay.
I am so proud of you and how you went on the Mary Trump show.
Oh,
And she was quite impressed with you. And I will say, as you representing, because I could have
yeah.
never been as
Wow.
intelligent and as spot on as you were. You were like, if people go, ugh, psychic readers, you probably changed their minds because you were fantastic and funny.
Oh, mate, thank you for that. I
It's
love
the
it.
truth, though.
Oh,
As
it's
like
good.
I saw you and I go, oh my God, she's representing, she's making us look
Yeah,
good.
that's how I felt too. I felt I was representing, and we are doing this really important work,
Yes,
and people in the straight world have no idea.
right. But and I like how you feel. I think she's going to do fine too.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get in there. But yeah,
Thank
she
you
got.
very much for that.
I just wanted
'Cause
to tell you, it's just
oh,
I
so
was just so
sweet.
proud of you and of course you're a doctor. What do I know? But you were able to dig in. You're able to give a real conceptual outline of the things you're thinking, and it didn't sound woo woo. Yet you were also getting hits.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah, that's right. But thanks so much, Linda. That means the world to me.
oh, thank you. Well, I talked about you. I don't know if people told you on my show. I said, "Oh my God, you guys got to watch Lena with Mary Trump."
Mary. I know.
And she
And she
actually had you
called
on
that
the show.
interview, yeah, the triage of horrors. And I laughed because I thought Linda will like that.
But the people in there, I got to tell you, now this is between us and these guys watching. Initially, I felt a little bit of a resistance from them, maybe not too into it.
Oh,
Mary
no,
was happy to have
no,
you.
you're right. I
I could
think they
feel it.
thought,
And
yeah,
then as you went on, I saw them opening up and opening up.
yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And at first, I think she called me Joanne from New Zealand or something. She got it all wrong. And then you could feel it sort of turn around. You want to talk American politics? Let's get down.
Yes, let's
you
do
know,
it. So
yeah.
also I want you guys to know I'm doing an event with Kevin Loving and Mel in San Francisco. My friend is the Mark. He's like the concierge of San Francisco gay community. And
Okay.
he knows everybody that's anybody. So he got this place, the Women's Center. It looks really cute. And so we're doing it. And we just put the tickets up and we have 8 left, you guys.
How fabulous is that? When is
Woo!
that? When is it?
That's September 16th, Saturday. But
Oh,
what
okay,
we're going to
cool.
do, see, we brought Kevin in because Mel has cancer. And
Yeah.
so he's having the surgery, but fortunately, it's curable. They're going to do the
Yeah,
surgery. He should be fine.
he
He
should
asked
be
the
fine.
doctor,
And
can
I
I
think
do
you
this
said on your last show, it's stage 1, he'll be fine.
stage one? He'll be fine. And Sterling picked that up too. He said,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, he's going to be fine." Because I'm his friend. It's harder when you really care for somebody.
Oh, totally.
So and all
And
you guys, I can't read for you guys. I love all of you
yeah, that's right. But don't you find as a reader, it's impossible to read for yourself too?
and my family. And I tell
Yeah,
everybody, Lena, I tell everybody, you don't
yeah.
want to be my friend
No,
because
it's
if we're
right.
friends, I won't be able to read you as well.
Yeah, totally. Because you find yourself almost arguing with the cards. Oh, that couldn't be right. I'll just pull another 10 cards.
I've been reading since 1980. I used to
Yeah.
read them to go out with somebody. And of course, you're hoping they're going to say one thing. And if they didn't, you reshuffle. Sure enough, it was the outcome that they first told.
Yeah, it's hopeless. It's hopeless.
So, okay, girlfriend, are you ready to hit the pager here?
Ready, Teddy.
So I want to get straight to Russia. With apparently, what's his name? Prigozhin,
I think it is.
Prigozhin. And how do you pronounce his? It's not pronounced with an M. It's pronounced.
Oh, you mean the Wagner group?
The Wagner.
Yeah.
Wagner. I always mispronounce it. It's not. It's Wagner. Thank you, Barbara. So anyway, the latest, I guess Putin's up there acting like king for a day. But when they were going in, a friend of mine wrote and said, Jesus, I hope that this guy, Mr. P, isn't going to be taking over. And I didn't see him taking over.
No. And he's the worst of the worst.
Oh,
this is a brutal man. He makes Putin look like a puppy.
Right. So apparently what they did was July 1st, they were supposed to disperse of a lot of these groups that Putin started, that Putin fed. And then they were supposed to join the regular Russian army. And and then what happened is these generals worked against him. And they even killed some of his men. And that's when because apparently, even though he's a bully, he's really good with his men. If someone dies, he makes sure they have a proper funeral. He gives the family money. Putin doesn't do that.
No.
But he went there so furious, he was spitting nails.
Yeah. So he's got it in for the head of defense in Russia.
Okay.
Yeah. That's his thing. Because he is a brute. Let's not dress it up.
Thank you, Lucky.
As a professional soldier, he wasn't impressed when his men weren't paid and they got the wrong ammunition or not enough ammunition or whatever.
They were doing it deliberately. And I don't think they were telling Putin. I think they did it on their own because he said Putin has to know. And he knew Putin wasn't getting the message. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. In general terms, I agree. But now you've got these two stags with their antlers out.
And by the way, a lot of the Wagner group is moving to where he is, and they're building camps there.
You better believe it.
So well, I have two questions. One is, what the heck did they talk about that Putin actually laid down the sword? That's very unusual.
Yeah.
If we get a hit on that. And the second question is, what comes next? And I don't feel this is over with. I don't know if it's him, but right now Putin looks weak and someone's going to go in for the kill.
Yeah, that's him. Okay. So what will we start with?
Let's start with, what do you think was discussed with Putin and him?
Yeah, that's juicy.
Does somebody have something on somebody?
Yeah. Let's have a look. What was discussed? Now, that was the head guy of Belarus, and he brokered the deal. So what did they talk about?
But he did it with Putin's permission.
Yeah. So what did they talk about?
I know. Let's look.
What did they talk about?
I'm trying to get... people like Whimsy, she manages to be able to stand where they're standing. It's, some of her hits are pretty good. But.
Yeah, she's good on this sort of stuff, this international Russian stuff. Yeah.
You can go first.
Okay. So coming up, the very first card was the crossroads, like Mr. P is marching on Moscow and then suddenly this deal gets done. Right. I think this is the three of them. I think the three ships, I think, are Putin, Mr. P, and the guy from Belarus. I
Yeah.
think it was a three-way conversation with Lukashenko talking to Putin, then he talked to Wagner going, like that. What did they talk about? Maybe we'll never know. Maybe it's... But this is also, as I picked up this card, I got lies. And
Yes, I was feeling lies.
I think they just lied to each other. I think they were both on the edge of the cliff and they just said, oh, we'll do what's best for Russia and we'll back off. And
We don't want anybody to be killed, sir.
yeah, that would be bad, right? So I think it's like they were lying, but they all knew they were lying.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes total sense.
Yeah. And the world, we're all sitting back with our tongues out going, oh my God, what does this mean?
And everybody's spinning it.
Everybody's got their spin, and who knows where the truth is in all that spin.
I'll tell you something I do know. I do know that Putin wants Mr. P dead.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
I totally agree. I think he better have a food taster. He better not stand near any windows. Check under his car.
Because I feel like he fears him. Putin fears him.
Yeah, because they're the same animal.
Okay.
Yeah, they've known each other 35, 40 years.
This is the key that Mr. P used with, because Putin is a little unfeeling, he's a whack job. But I feel this guy, he's kind of like, like a mafioso. We were family. After all this, we were family. I only wanted to tell you I wasn't out in a coup. I wasn't trying to take over. I just needed you to know. These men killed my people. Do something with these men. Yes.
And I think you've nailed it. That's his vibe, mafia vibe, because he really was. That's what he used to do before he created Wagner.
Yes. Yes. So,
and he was heavy. He was heavy, particularly with women.
Yes. Now listen, whatever donations I get today, I'm going to ship them to you.
No, darling. Let's you decide a charity.
Oh, what charity should we do? I like the World Kitchen, but because I love food, but
yeah, the World Kitchen.
Because they feed the people in the Ukraine and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm all about feeding people the nourishment.
Yeah.
So that's what I got exactly with the crossing the 2 ways to go. I did get the karmic card as prophesized. At least that's what it means to me. But
yeah.
Disappointment, he came to him with like he's presenting a cup. He's presenting. Yeah. Thank you, Catherine. So the King of Pentacles reversed is the outcome card. Misappropriations. This doesn't have to be a male energy. This could be someone who thought he was king who's turned upside down. Something to do with wealth. Because this guy's made more money than God. And Putin knows that. Putin knows.
They both have.
Yeah. He knows, like, dude, you made and plus Putin made money from him too. Thank you, Buddha. Hell to the girlfriend. Okay, and our second part was we wanted to know what was said. So some sort of fake love connection. Oh, I loved you like family,
Yeah.
And then, we saw it on The Godfather that,
Yeah, totally.
And they kiss him and then they kill him.
Yes, that's right. And then they pay for the funeral.
But these guys that are hanging around Mr. P, they will fight to the death for him. I'm telling you, they're more connected to Mr. P than they are Putin. And Putin knows this.
And that's why Putin was so worried.
Yes, because they know if he shot him right there, they would have done everything to.
And they also are used to being mercenaries So they're used to being outside the rules. They don't care about the rules.
Right. Now, what was the second part of my
The
question?
second one was
Thank you, Deb.
where to from here, I think.
Oh, what? Now what? Now what?
I tell you what I'd be interested in. What's going to happen with Navalny, or what's going on there?
I had a vision. Thank you, Luana. I
Tell
had
me.
a vision of him standing outside that. This was about, how long was it ago, you guys? About 6 months ago. Him stepping outside that jail and looking up at the sun, and the sun hitting him for the first time. It was so beautiful. I'm also hoping it wasn't a vision that he goes to the light.
Yeah, exactly.
But he looked bad in the dream. He looked very, kind of sulking. And thank you, Madonna. Oh, Madonna's here.
Hi,
Thank you.
Madonna.
Have courage to be kind. But I felt like the doors would be kicked open.
Interesting. So, well, that answers that. So, will we just look down the road what's likely to happen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. What's this?
Because someone made an interesting point on, might have been Sky News, that the Russians aren't necessarily left. Thank you, Catherine. Left. They're more right wingers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jade. So they're not somebody who's going to go kumbaya and bring in all this peace, love, stuff.
No. And as a Russian friend of mine pointed out many years ago, Russia hasn't had a democracy.
Yes.
Ever. And he was saying it's like a feudal state that had a revolution and then it went back to being a communist state, like a medieval communism, not a progressive communism.
Yeah.
So then they're not playing by those rules as a democracy as we would know it,
Right.
Or as we used to know it.
Uma, thank you, darling. There's more battles to be had.
Oh, look at that.
I had a bad feeling. And after this ended, even the weird way it ended, I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I just felt, so someone's coming in for the kill. Like I told you, he's weak. He's weak. Someone's, like, the judgment card is blowing. The trumpet is blowing.
Yeah.
And karma's a bitch. You're raking in your just rewards.
Yeah.
This is intuitive. Like, we'll all get hits on this. Look at this, the Ace of Swords.
Yeah.
Maybe even by September. So this is Russia holding on to everything it has. I saw Putin running years ago. I saw him running, and his own people coming after him.
Yeah. Well.
So just FYI, you guys, I'm going to throw it out there. If something happens and he gets somebody or pays someone in the in crowd of Mr. Putin to get rid of him,
it would not surprise me at all.
Yeah, that everybody would just stand and go crazy.
Yeah. Well, I got out in the cold, literally, which might be a vibe because it's summer now, but it might be a vibe that by winter, these things might be really hotting up, so to speak. So this is normally my Biden card.
Joy. Huh?
This is normally my Biden card, but I don't think it's Biden here. I think this is like more what's left of Putin's advisors, the ones who only tell him the good news, those ones. Okay. They're worried because they're the ones, they're now juggling it all because their job has just been, just like Trump or anyone else, they surround themselves with yes people.
Yeah.
And so Putin now realizes, because he had no notice of this, my advisors aren't doing their job. So now it'll be off with their heads symbolically.
But he did know that he's part of it, but he's faking it like gee golly, they didn't tell me. He wanted him gone. He was getting too powerful, too big for it.
Yes, because that's right. They wouldn't have done that stuff, including killing Wagner soldiers without Putin giving the okay.
Hey, Mark's here. Mark Rhodes is here.
And what I see is some form of justice down the road, but it'll be heavy-handed justice. It's like,
do you
boom.
think Putin will be turned into the Hague?
I think that's possible with this justice card. It's entirely possible. In fact, I think that even might have happened, but the beginning of that.
They won his arrest as we speak.
They want his arrest, which is why he can't just go places. But I think this is Putin leaving down the street. Not straight away. I wish I could say it was in 2 weeks. Love to be wrong. It's a bit further away.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah. Because what all this has done is shown Putin he's not the king of the castle.
Right, exactly. And you know what? That Six of Swords, or is it the Six of Swords or the Seven of Swords going over
Six of Swords, yeah.
Going over troubled waters.
Yeah.
So there you go, girlfriend.
Yeah. But he won't be able to hide in Switzerland, or anywhere else because of the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So Sheila says, how will Jim Jordan be affected? The Supreme Court recently ruled saying sexual abuse that happened under Jordan's coaching at Ohio State has not fallen under the statute of limitation. They said, go for it. So what do you think?
Well, I feel for these guys, because it's really hard for men to speak out about sexual assault and stuff, right? And so I think it took courage for those guys to come forward and to keep coming forward. It's not an easy road,
right?
But it doesn't look good for Super Jock, does it?
No, he's in hot water. I've always seen him paying the piper. Plus, he was part of the January 6th. I want to say thank you to SCR. Thank you. Love you too. So we got another question. Will our Jack Smith have any opportunities to confront Putin or Priggy through his position at The Hague? I don't see Jack Smith going back to The Hague.
No, I think he's got enough on his plate at home now. But his experience in The Hague, because he needs every bit of experience to nail the Yeti,
Exactly. Actually, I think this is my hit that I had the other day. A lot of you guys will remember. I don't see Merrick Garland staying for a second term. Not that he's let go. I just see him saying, I'm done.
Yeah, I know. These jobs in this era we're in, can you imagine the stress?
Oh,
Merrick Garland
and having your life threatened all the time. Thank you, Marby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, people are giving money left and right, girlfriend. Thank you, Sharon. So, Dan, hey, Dan, his question is, can you guys see how Biden does in 2024?
Okay. So bearing in mind, we can have a look as of now, how it looks.
Things do change. Yeah. Bad Hair Day. Thank you.
Yeah. Great name.
I love that name, Bad Hair Day. Biden does in 2024. Girl, we're going to be, and you invite me on your show because we're going to have a lot of stuff coming before this election.
Yeah. I'll work out how to do that, what buttons to push. You'll be the first I'll have on.
I feel this is my hit. People are all, Linda, because Trump is so appreciated by these numbnuts. That crowd is not increasing, it's decreasing.
That's right.
I do not feel, whether it's Biden or whoever, it's not going to be Trump.
No, it is not. Because, he came in and he, wielded whatever he wielded and got them on board. But you can't tell me he's won one new vote since 2016. I don't think he's got anyone new, and they have to be falling away.
Right.
Yeah.
And, they say, he's considering Biden's age that he would still want. Thank you, Geek. Thank you, Debbie. that he would still want to be president again. He could be on a yacht somewhere, you know?
Yeah, yeah. You know.
Ooh,
Oh,
I
what
got
did
the
you get,
cards
hun?
on it. Oh my God. Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Mhm.
So this is him going around trying to tell people what he's done. People aren't listening to the good news.
Yeah.
He's done a lot. Look at this. By
Mhm.
fall, he'll make more progress.
Mhm.
And this is a past life thing. This is the basis of him. He's doing this as his duty. I'm not necessarily feeling he's having the best time, but he does it because he knows our nation needs it. That's why his wife supports him, because truthfully, they'd love to just walk away. He's
It's
looking
funny
at,
you should say that.
you gotta
Yeah, go on.
and he's looking at the world with the palm of his hands, and he's unrested. He's trying to figure out what else he can do. He's very good internationally. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his forte.
His cup is that he stands with the higher realm. He's a very good person. Messages, information, getting things done, being able to fight the battle, get over troubled waters, and the outcome is ta-da, he's handed the job.
Oh,
Thank
goody.
you, Martha. What'd you get, girlfriend?
Well, with mine, it starts with a reversal. I last had a reversal, I don't know, in 1986. You know, I just don't have reversals. Da-da. 10 of Swords reversed
It's a good card.
is a good card. And I think the universe conspired for that.
Yeah.
You know, given that under reverse. They've done everything they can. The Hunter Biden stuff, this alleged corrupt, all this crap, one on top of the other. And you know what? They can't hurt that man anymore.
No.
They can't
No.
hurt him anymore. He's got the calling because, as you just said, in his heart of hearts, he would like to walk away
You'd like
and
to
put
walk,
on the
I'm
hush
telling you,
puppies.
they fantasize about it.
I know. Put on the hush puppies, parking up there, but he knows he can't because he's been chosen.
He's been chosen.
He's been chosen. He's conserving his energy and working out how to best, and his people are working out how best to put him forward, when to rest him, when to, you know, all of those calculations, so that when he does speak, it's with the clarity and purity. I'm going to say old-fashioned word. There's a purity to dear old Joe. So that's as we sit here. God knows anything could happen between now. It's a long time till
Year and a half. That's why I don't watch the news and all those things, because
no, don't do it.
Thank you, April. Thank you, Aldine, and thank you, Scott Scorpio. You guys rock. Thank you so much. So I also think something is going to happen with Putin before the new before it happens again, before we go into a new add Biden again, because what's going to happen is Putin loses that control. It's going to mess up China. It's going to mess up a lot of people.
Not to mention Ukraine. Like, whoever replaces him, that's the risk. We all go, it was like Saddam Hussein. Oh, we've got to get rid of Saddam. Look what happened. It destabilized the Middle East. So we've got to be careful not to just attach personalities. If Russia is going to get better, it needs someone sane in there. You know.
Thank you, Kathy. Let's see what this one is. After months of negotiation, the railroad members at four of the largest U.S. freight carriers finally have what they sought, but that many working people take for granted: paid sick leave. Yay!
Yes.
I think we read that they were going to get it, but I'm sorry it
took this long.
Now, this is an interesting question. What do you think about this? I hear no when I see this. Kevin McCarthy and the GOP want to expunge Trump's 2 impeachments.
Well, we'll have a look, but really, let's pretend it didn't happen. Awesome. There's a strategy.
Kim, thank you, Kim. Yes, Firefly. Absolutely, yes. We're going to look, Sylvia, we're going to look, but I got to put Firefly up here too. Absolutely, yes. If Trump was responsible for spies and informants. Absolutely, yes. The CIA lost a lot of informants out at the field. Somebody just testified about it. And it was because Trump was releasing, he sold. There was no such thing as, oh, I just wanted these top things just so I could show off. No. Just like with the pardons, he was selling to the highest bidder. And Putin made a comment already back when this happened. I already got all that information.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Okay. Here we go.
What are we looking at here? Sorry, I've forgotten the question again.
Me too. I just went blank. She said, oh, damn it.
Oh. We just did Biden. Can anyone help us in the comments?
Can you help us? What our last question was? I need to write it down before I switch over. When I saw this, I wanted to be sure everybody knows that yes, they will. In the end, it's going to be made for TV movies and ugly, ugly, ugly about everything when he's gone.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, they were going to expunge his thingies. His impeachments.
Nothing.
Okay. Will they get away with that?
Even, even the thing they did with Adam Schiff. That's going to be taken off. Thank you, Firefly. Thank you, Judy. Oh, they'll try.
It's like, I don't know. Surely it can't be done just with Congress. Does anyone in the chat know? Surely it would have.
Because I feel 3 people that won't hold out enough that they won't be able to take it over the finish line.
Yeah. Because they're going to try, right? They're absolutely going to give it a shot.
Oh, they're definitely.
Yeah. And these 2 cards are saying to me with the Hermit and this 4 of Swords, they're working behind the scenes to see what numbers they've got, who'd vote for or against, I think to me. But I think it's their heart going to be broken. And you just said 3 people. Wouldn't surprise me.
Isn't that? Yeah, they're short by 3.
They're short by 3. And they won't get what they want.
I just don't feel they'll be holding the House this time next year.
No. Because what have they done for your average person or family that would be nothing followed by nothing.
And look what look what Melly just said. There are GOP that know they would lose their district if they voted to impeach Trump. But you guys, the good news is the Supreme Court said no to making, apparently, I think it's Mississippi or Louisiana. They just turned them down. They were trying to push all the black votes out, and they redesigned the borders, and they took it to the Supreme Court because the district judges said, no, you can't do that. And they took it to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, nah, reverse it. Yeah. And they did this with another state too. So they're sticking with, you can't change it up to disengage somebody from being able to vote.
And you know what else I think? The Supreme Court that normally lives in Supreme Court land, all on its own, right? They have taken such flack in the last 6 months, a year for their appalling behavior. I think maybe behind the scenes, Justice Roberts has been going around with a ruler and smacking them on the legs.
I think so too, because Kavanaugh's jumping when they say jump.
Yeah.
Thank you to Phyllis. So Alpha just said they need both houses to vote. And
that's not going to happen.
You know who else I don't see getting back in is Cinema.
No.
I call her Cinema.
Yeah, that's Can have,
I don't see her I do see Manchin getting back in. And
yeah, he plays that.
I'm not sure about MTG, but I do see Boebert being voted out.
Yeah. Oh, and it's interesting. They're all going through divorces.
Isn't that
MTG, Boebert, Kellyanne Conway.
Did you see that thing when MTG said there'll be something in the house? Decorum.
Decorum.
He said there must be decorum in the house. Everybody over on the Democrat side busted out laughing. They screamed laughing.
Yeah. Because she reminds me of those mean girls at school, and the one that was always up for a brawl,
They're up there yelling at our president, calling him a liar.
Yeah, shocking. While she was wearing the happy hooker coat,
Yeah.
Can't unsee it.
Well, the thing is, you guys, you all probably wonder, how could this outrageousness keep them in the house? Sometimes I don't think they believe it. It's money.
Yeah.
It's money.
Yeah.
As more outrageous they get, these Christian fanatics. There was somebody on Twitter that said, I hate the Democrats. And of course, she's God-loving, God-fearing. And this with the Democrats, all this venomous hate. And I said, I wonder what Jesus would say.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I know they're so horrible as people.
So listen, this just came up, and it was a very interesting person on Rachel Maddow's show that discussed this. So I'm going to throw this out to you guys.
Yeah.
Judge Eileen Cannon, who I feel might have to not be, I almost feel a man standing next to her, helping her. I don't know if she'll go with the whole gig because she doesn't want to be the judge to put Trump in jail. So, or she might get him a very lightweight sentencing, but trust me, there's more sentencing coming up.
Yeah.
She said she won't seal the witness information. She told Jack Smith, my dear friend, who calls me every night to see how I'm doing.
Yeah.
She told Jack, yeah, you didn't have to give the witness list. And if you we're not going to seal it. If you want to keep it here, we're going to release it because the public has the right to know if it's part of the information that goes before the judge, which I thought was interesting. Thank you, Rose. And so this person said, because Cannon is leaning towards making this a public, although federal, you're not supposed to allow. But apparently she's thinking, yeah, let's make this. And if you think about it, she's in a weird predicament. She's seen the evidence. She knows he's screwed. But maybe if I present it to everybody, then they'll see for themselves how much he screwed himself.
Yeah, and it's not me being forced into it, something. Yeah, I can see that rationale. So I can see both sides too.
Yeah.
The public should know who the witnesses are and do. However, because you know who
is so
intimidates witnesses, it means they won't have any protection from the mad maggers once they're named.
Oh, I think Jack will make sure that they have protection.
Well, they'll need it.
If he has to move them all out on an island.
Yeah.
No, sissy, they're not going to impeach Biden.
No, forget it. There's no evidence of anything. And I think you'll find there has to be evidence.
Oh, my God, girl. There's 3,243 people in the room.
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
If I'd have known, I would have spruced myself up. I would have put on my silky double wide JC Penney's underwears.
I know. Maybe we should have a pajama party time one night.
Oh, we should. We should. Guys and gals.
Yeah, yeah,
Danny
that'll
loves
be
me and Danny have done a couple of things where we
yeah.
wore our robes. Oh, the first time I was on with him, I had big old rollers in my
I
hair.
remember that. I remember that. It was your birthday, I think, or something.
Was it my birthday? Okay.
Or maybe not. I might have that wrong.
Oh, thank you. See, these people are so cool. I love my Ron and unconditional love.
Oh, you guys are very, very
Thank
generous
you,
and
Scott.
cool.
Scott Allen. Look at these people.
Oh, someone asked, what about the writers' strike?
Yes, I'd like to know because I have some writer friends.
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
Thank you, Hannah. So they just, Sag and everybody came to an agreement with, I think, the directors, right?
Yeah, I think
Not the
that's
writers.
okay. The writers' strike. I seem to remember this happens about every 15 years or something. They draw a line in the
I
sand
know.
because they get taken for granted.
Thank you, Stephanie. And if you think about it, these people are the ones who create this material. This is between us. Keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of these people, when they go up to accept their Academy Award, you've got to have good actors. That's true. But I always think it's very important for them to thank the writers, and some of them don't. They
Yeah.
act like it's their show.
And they'd have nothing to say if it wasn't for the writers.
Yeah, and the directors too.
Yeah. And if you look at the well-known comedians, whether it's Stephen Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel or any of them, yeah, they're funny guys, but they have teams of writers every week.
That's how, who's that tall redhead? Conan O'Brien. That's how he started. He wrote, I think he even wrote for Saturday Night Live.
Ah, yeah. And then was discovered in his own right. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to. So, Rachel Maddow show. Do you get the Rachel Maddow show?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be sure to watch it, the rerun, because she apparently is playing the Trump tapes.
Oh, great. Yeah, those new tapes that have come out.
Oh, and yes, Conan O'Brien wrote for The Simpsons.
Okay. So we're doing the writers.
Yeah. Okay. I will tell you something right now. I just got this hit.
Yeah.
They would be biting, the media will be biting at the bits if this list of 84 witnesses gets sent out.
That's what I mean.
Worried.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even if he took it to the 19th district, they might say, no, she has a right to do that. If she says it's got to be public, it's got to be public.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just saw the media biting at the bits like they're going to get juicy information.
Yeah. And much as we'd love to know who's on that list, it would be a worry. I
understand, though, anything top secret, anything as it is, people out on the fields have died. There was somebody that was testifying to the CIA who said, you remember that wall that had the dead CIA agents up there who lost their lives?
Yes, yes.
Was there like 300 or something like that? And Trump showed up the very first day as president to talk about how big the crowd was that came to see him.
That's right.
And defamed that wall because everybody was sitting there like, what the hell are you doing? They say that wall has triple the amount now because agents are getting killed.
Isn't that
to someone releasing information?
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, the writer's strike, they're getting tired. You know what? It might not even end till September.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting here, the Queen of Pentacles. I think this is who's representing the writers. It may be a woman or it could be, a combination of a few people who are actually representing the writers, and they're prepared to hold out. Pentacles are slower than the others. So I think they've already been made an offer and they're going, you must be joking. You're not listening. Take your paltry little offer and see you later. They're prepared to wait it out. And I think they will win to some extent, maybe not everything they want.
But they'll
But
get
this,
something.
yeah, but it isn't in the next 5 minutes. That's for
No,
sure.
yeah. And you know, the Ace of Wands represents the fall.
Oh, there we go.
For me, it does.
Didn't realize that. So, which makes sense in every
Yeah.
way. I think it's going to go through the summer and then, yeah.
So I saw this and I'm dying to know. And can you believe we've already been on 45 minutes?
Oh my God.
It flew by. So this
Yep.
is a good one. Even if it's our last one, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Satan wants Disney to dismiss her lawsuit against them. Like there's nothing to see here.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get good news like we did with Jim Jordan. They're not going to
Yeah.
drop it.
And they shouldn't. You know. Yeah. So are we looking at that?
Let's look.
Let's have a look.
Let's look at this Satan.
Now,
He has not got a chance in hell of winning.
no. And I'm secretly pleased. He's showing all his narrow-minded, bigoted ugliness now. If he'd shut up, he could have been a contender. But he's showing. Did you hear last week? He's made it illegal in Florida to sell a car privately. I can't believe this, right? So you can't sell your car to your son for $20 like we used to back in the day, or, you can't. Why? I'm glad you asked. Okay. Because car dealerships, USA, like the organization for all the car dealerships, has become really powerful. I had no idea.
I didn't either.
And this year, they contributed more money to the GOP than the NRA.
My God.
Because the NRA is busy, dissolving itself in the back room because of so many things.
Yeah.
Car dealerships, who dropped it?
That is amazing.
And I think it's fabulous because I'm hoping everyone in Florida now will go, no.
I heard it's a what show. It's
Yeah.
bad in Florida. And they talk about, I went to San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco, you can smell feces in the street and there's a homeless problem. But they were showing pictures of what's going on in Florida. Hello.
Yes, exactly. You can go to any city to its dark side and find those images. And it was a cheap shot by DeSantis. Yeah. Cheap shot.
And let me tell you, the guy in Texas, did you see what he just said? That in hot weather, that they're taking breaks is not something you can do. If they want you to work straight through, you have to. I said, put that guy in a wheelchair with a sweater on in the heat, and then tell me about not taking breaks.
Exactly. And I think he even said construction workers. That's a health and safety issue.
That's what's so great about California.
Yeah.
There's some places, my son, he's a land surveyor. And if he works in Sausalito, I mean, he gets paid $300 an hour because that's their law. But also they have laws out here about certain degrees of temperature you can't work in, because when it gets really hot, everybody shuts down.
Yeah. And it's the same in Australia. It has to be really hot for sure, but they will shut down a building site, because of that.
Right.
But
will Disney drop their Ooh, no, he's got to go to battle.
That's right.
He's got to go to battle. Oh, I love it. I love it. You know what? I think he knows he's trying to get a drop because he knows he's in trouble.
Yes. Yeah. Big trouble. What else did you get, Linda?
I got the legalities working. If I was thinking of Disney and in Disney's favor, I just got a hit. Oh, look at a battle wand. They're going to battle with them. They're going to take them on full force. I feel some discovery or something came up that Satan found out about. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, they have that information. Well, never mind. I don't want this. I don't want this lawsuit to happen.
Yeah. And isn't it funny? Now we're all lawyers, thanks to the last 4 years. So we go, what was in the discovery document?
Corpus Rectus Supremus.
Yeah. Well, here's DeSantis in my read. You're right. He's bitten off more than he can chew, and now he's stuck with it.
Yeah.
He's the King of Pentacles. He's going to someone make it go away, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
here's the thing. And the response is no, we're going to put all those building blocks in a line, which is just what you were saying. We've got the story step by step, and they're going to win.
Oh, yay! You got it too. I love it. And that's the sun, right? Which
Yeah.
means illumination, which means it's not just winning, it's the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
what's
I
thrilling.
love it.
I know.
Well,
Now, if we could squeeze in one more, Dal, I
Sure,
think this
sure.
is interesting.
What is it?
From a viewer. Did Putin kidnap Mr. P's family, or let's put it, did he threaten the actual family?
Oh, that's an interesting.
Isn't it interesting?
Oh my God! You know what?
Yeah.
I read on the or Skype News was talking about that the Russians were going into the families of the oh my God! Yes, it's true. The families, they were going to their homes and creating a bunch of chaos and tearing everything apart in the houses of the
Oh my God.
soldiers.
Oh
And
my
you know
God.
how this guy feels about his guys.
Yeah.
So when I don't know if his family per se was hit, but he's telling them we will destroy every one of them.
Interesting.
That night, they were going to their homes.
Right. Because both these guys will stop at nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you wouldn't want Putin as an enemy, and you wouldn't want Mr. P as an enemy. You really wouldn't.
Right.
You know?
Right. Oh my God, girlfriend, this was so much fun. Thank you, Firefly.
Is there anything people want us to read on that isn't political? Is there any juicy gossip out there?
I think that Jim Jordan news was good news too.
Oh, that's a great
Wow,
story.
2,459 in the house.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, Steve Carmen just said the families of mercenaries were being raided.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, I can tell you the answer to this. That is Julian Sands they found.
Sorry?
When he was missing, when Julian Sands was missing on a hike, the actor Julian Sands, I saw that he had crossed over, but he told me that they would find his body. And that I'm sure that's his body. I could be wrong, but
yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, someone said they're like two scorpions destroying each other. Yes.
well,
lots of Texans in the house. And I'm really optimistic about Texas down the road, Linda.
Me too.
I think we're going to see a different Texas.
There's good people in Texas.
Great people in Texas. What have we
So, I mean, I hear from a lot of people, and my cousin lives in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah.
So, Carmen's in Texas. Now, I already answered this. I don't know if you've looked at Wilson the dog missing in Colombia. I felt the dog had crossed. I felt it was attacked by a snake or something.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
what about? Sorry, go on.
Susan Lynn is in Texas. Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay. What about Satan's wife, Casey? Because she's apparently the power behind the throne.
That's what I've been hearing. She reminds me of a Stepford wife.
Shall we have a look at her?
Let's take a look.
Casey DeSantis.
Don't forget, you guys, that which is likened to itself is drawn. So all this chaos and backstabbing and all this stuff, it's going to catch up with everyone. It's going to
Mm.
catch up with Putin. It's catching up with Trump. Ron
And
DeSantis
Jim
going
Jordan. Yeah. Let's have a look at Casey.
She's looking at the numbers and she knows they really, right now, they're not having a chance. And they're doing underhanded kind of evil things. Look at this. You know, she's
Wow.
smiling
Yeah.
at the club, but when she goes back in the house, she's pissed.
She's not a warm and fuzzy woman. Look
It
what I
feels like
get
when
here.
you talk to her, you can see right through her.
Look,
Ooh.
you know, Page of Wands. I mean, she's one of those. This is her force of will.
Yeah.
And she thinks she's the queen of the world. But these two cards to me tell the story.
Yeah.
So it's like she's pushing him to be more over the top, more vicious, you know, go harder, sign another bill.
Well, the thing is, too, she'd love to talk trash about Trump because of the things he says, but they're keep it quiet right now.
Yeah, trying to keep quiet. But I think with this, and this is, you know, the sword raised, but this is impulsive too, you know, too impulsive going on here. And I think she's driving him in a not good way.
Okay.
That's my take. What did you get, hun?
Well, and he's not real. He's a liar. He's a fake.
No.
And look at this ugliness here and
Yeah.
the struggle. They're struggling and battling, and they go in as fools. They go
Yeah.
in as fools. So ship of fools is what I think of this.
Yeah.
They stepped off the boat with the wrong thing, so they're going to drown.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Well, girlfriend, thank you so much.
Oh, what a thrill to
This
be
was
on here and
wonderful.
with so many people tuning in. Thanks, guys. And we
So
won't leave it 2 years till the next one. We'll make an
Yeah,
effort.
you're next, so you've got to
I'm
stay tuned.
next.
So remember, 7 p.m. is fine with me.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. So even
Totally.
8 o'clock, but I might show up in my jammies.
Yeah.
So thank
So
you,
cool.
guys. You've been absolutely fantastic and wonderful. Oh, let's see. We had a Firefly. Yeah, she just said that we need
Firefly,
to dose
gorgeous.
him in folio.
And Linda, will you please pass on my blessings to Mel?
I sure will. Will. He can sleep now. You know, it's just wonderful that he's going to be able to fight this. He'll go, you know, he's nervous. The surgery's July 6th and they're opening up. They're going this way and this way.
Not
But
fun.
they get the whole thing out, you know, he should be good to go. So I love it. Oh, we didn't read on Hunter Biden. When you ask me in a week or so, let's do Hunter Biden.
Okay.
I just think they're going in circles and Hunter Biden isn't in office. So get over it.
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart. You take care.
See you guys. I'm going back to my freezing day down here.
Yeah, they have winter now.
We have winter now.
Bye.
And one more thing. I've got a niece who lives in the snow country. People don't realize that Australia has snow.
Yeah.
And she just said this morning the kangaroos were in the snow.
Oh, is that hard on them?
No, they're okay. They're alpine kangaroos. They can handle it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, you guys. Wonderful seeing you. And we'll be on Lena's next.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.